The Detroit Lions defensive secondary has been nicknamed the Legion of Whom. I like that. I don't think it's disrespectful. I like it. Somebody in the comment section came up with that. I think it's fantastic. A lot of guys that the entire internet has been talking about, these guys were getting to know each other, and they were called out there to step up as the Detroit Lions, 80% of their starting secondary was out, and these guys played lights out for the Detroit Lions in their win over the then first place NFC leading Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But we are 8 weeks into this thing, and I have not missed a week yet. 3 things I've been doing: the power rankings, the defensive rank through, which is this video here, and the preview video. All 3 videos are not my best performing every week, but I enjoy doing it, and I appreciate those of you who enjoy these type of videos. So what we usually do is we compare the previous week to the current week, and we're also going to do that during the bye week. These video comes out every Wednesday unless I get busy, something comes up unforeseen, and I have to push the video back. But I am intent to get this out every week. It releases on Wednesday, and we look at the Detroit Lions defense the current week compared to the previous week. So for instance, this week we're going to do heading into week 8. So after week 7, last week we did after week 5, heading into week 7. I know that's confusing. I could say that a lot more simpler, but I like to do things the hard way, apparently. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring in week. This is where the Detroit Lions were heading into the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can see they were 9th in total defense, which was 308.2 yards per game. In passing, they were 14th, which was 212.7 yards per game. Rushing, they were 11th, which was 95.5 yards per game. In sacks, which is my favorite stat, they were 4th, which they had 19 on the season through 6 games. And points per game, they were 17th, 23.7 points per game. Turnover differential, they were 4th, which is +6. Now keep in mind that the turnover differential is exactly what it sounds like. It is the difference between giveaways and takeaways. How many do you have left? All right, so much better stat than last week. This last week was the first week that we had all down arrows. We have had an all up arrow one, I believe, before, but this one is a much better looking stat. Here is the Detroit Lions defense through week 7. You can see the Detroit Lions now are 8th, up 1 spot, allowing 300 yards per game compared to the 3.8 or 308 yards that they allowed. Passing, the Detroit Lions are 16th, which is down 2 spots, allowing 212.3 with fade, so you guys can see it here. Let's go to rushing, up 6 spots from 11 to 5th, going from 95 yards, but only allowing 87.7 yards per game. Sacks, my favorite stat. We are ranked 3rd in the NFL, up 1 spot from last week, and we have 23 on the season. If you're wondering who leads the league in sacks, it is the Denver Broncos with 34, and I believe that the LA Rams are 2nd with 24. I believe that it's either 24 or I think 26. 26 is what the second leader is. We have 23. Points per game, the Detroit Lions are up 4 spots, but I believe that is supposed to be 5 spots. We're up 5 spots from actually 17 to 12. So we're up 5 spots in points per game, allowing 21.6 points per game. And you can see their touchdown differential. We are still, shout out to Rich Eisen and the soundboard. It stays like before. From The Godfather 2, apparently. One I haven't seen, by the way. I know that's a travesty, but I haven't seen it. Turnover differential, 4th, which is we stayed like before at +6. So the Detroit Lions, you can see from the graphic. And usually when I mess up on a graphic, I got to wipe the whole thing. I'll start the video over. But in this case, I like this take, so I'm going to keep going with it. You can see that the Detroit Lions are playing lights out. I mean, so this is the second time that out of the now 7 games that we've played, this is the third time that the Detroit Lions have been ranked in the top 10. They have been ranked in the top 10 two times before. This is the highest that we've been ranked is 8. I can't wait till we can crack that top 5, man. We are teetering on top 5, and we got the Minnesota Vikings coming up next. Jaden Daniels is going to miss week 8. I know we don't play them until week 10, right? But he could be back by then. But the Detroit Lions, almost halfway through the season, 7 games down, 10 to go. So after 2 more games, basically the halfway point of the season is the trade deadline. At the halfway point of the season, the Detroit Lions are, again, ranked 8th, our highest positioning of the year. This ties our highest positioning of the year. We've been now in the top 10 twice. I think we've been 3 times. It's been 10, 8, 8. So we have been like right there. Actually, we were 9th last week. So this is, I just want to make sure that what I'm saying is correct, that we are, yes. Okay, so I take that back. Out of the 7 games that the Detroit Lions have played, the Detroit Lions have been top 10 4 times. In week 3, which was after week 2, we were 10th overall. In week 4 and 5, which is after week 4. Nope, in week 5. In week 6, which is after week 5, we were 8. And I know you guys can't see this. We were 8. And then we were 9 last week and 8th this week. So this is the 4th time in 7 games, that the Detroit Lions are ranked top 10. Now, keep this in mind. Now I'm starting to get a little bit giddy. I'm about to get giddy. I'm starting to get goosebumps, man, because there are a couple things, me being the numbers guy that I am, there are a couple things that I look at that I've been like over the past couple of years saying, if the Detroit Lions get this, they can win the Super Bowl. If the Detroit Lions get that, they can win the Super Bowl. One of the things that I've been saying, and I've been wondering this, if the Detroit Lions in top 10 in defense, total defense, I think that will be enough with the offense that we have to win a Super Bowl. And the Detroit Lions defense is not really rolling on all cylinders. Not really. We still don't have the intermediate pass game. We're missing that Josh Reynolds. We're missing that Tim Patrick. I almost called him Tim Allen. But we're missing that intermediate receiver. When we do have it, it's either St. Brown across the middle, short, or it's Sam Laporta. If we can get Isaac Tesla, I'm wondering right now, put in the comment section, do you think the Detroit Lions should have kept Tim Patrick? I'm going to say yes. How we're using Isaac Tesla right now, we should have kept Tim Patrick. But hindsight is 2020, so they say. So I'm thinking with the top 10 defense, the Detroit Lions can win the Super Bowl. The other thing that I'm convinced of, and if you pair the two things together, then it's game over. You already know what I'm about to say. If we can get to the quarterback, if we can get that above average, we have average on our team for rushing the passer when it comes to Muhammad and Marcus Davenport. I think Marcus is below average, but that's just me. But if we get that above average pass rusher to pair with an elite, you guys think I want 2 elite pass rushers on our team? Well, you would be right, but I know that that's unlikely. So give me an above average pass rusher. Aiden's an A, give me a B. We got plenty of C's and belows on the squad. Al-Quadin Muhammad, he's having a career year. To me, he is average. Marcus Davenport, we already know we get what we got. He is who we thought he was, right? And he is, in my opinion, below average. Then you got Josh Pascal, Hurt, Pat O'Connor, right? Below average, average to below average pass rushers. I'm just going to keep it 100. So you give me, we got an A, we got plenty of C's and below. You give me a B, we're good to go. Now, like I said, Al-Quadin Muhammad with 5 sacks. I think he has 5 sacks on the season. His career year is 6.5. He's got 10 games to go. There's no way he doesn't get another 2 sacks to have a new career year. But you know who else was average, who got 7.5 sacks and got paid $90 million? Trey Flowers. Not the cornerback, the defensive end that came from the Patriots. 7.5 was his career year. You know who else career year was 7.5? Romeo Okwara. right? Average guys at best. We need a B. We need a B to the A. Matter of fact, we can give Aiden an E for elite status, or super in this case. You know how you play video games and they got ranks? Aiden's an S. Give me a B and I'll be straight. We got plenty of C's. If I can get an A, give me an A. So I like, bring it on, man. So the Detroit Lions, for the 4th time in 7 games, rank top 10, and they're 3rd in sacks heading into their bye week. And again, like I said earlier, we will do this even on the bye week to see, because the Detroit Lions, even though they won't have played, the numbers will be a little bit skewed. I want to see what's going to change, even though they didn't play, right? Because some of these numbers have gone down, but their ranking has gone, or the numbers have, like, the Lions are better here, but because of that extra game, right, then those numbers have gone down. So because other teams will play, but the Detroit Lions are going to be off, the numbers are going to change again. And if they did change, if they are the same, then we won't do the video. But if they have changed, then we will do a bye week edition, man. So again, this is something I enjoy doing. You guys know I'm a stats guy. I'm a numbers guy. We're not right all the time, but I feel like those two things, like, we are trending. And again, I cannot stress this enough. Sitting back, watching this whole thing, I cannot stress enough that this is just what I feel based on the statistical data that I have. That if we keep up in the top 10, and even if we get injured and stuff, and we're dealing what we were dealing with last year, which we weren't top 10, by the way, but if in total defense, if we can stay top 10, then I think we get that B pass rusher to go with our super pass rusher, aka elite. I think we're Super Bowl bound for the first time ever. I just truly believe that, but it's got to be those two things. We got to have it. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You can be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Don't forget, we have a little over 7 days left for the Cancer Cares. 20% of the proceeds are going to go to cancercares.org. These shirts will be discontinued after Halloween, so that's the last time you can buy them. Everyone who's made a purchase, I appreciate you, and we will be donating those that first, probably right around the trade deadline, sometime that week. We'll be making that donation, all right? And I'll leave proof on my community tab. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other, and as always, go Lions.